up and choose to, and that choice matters. Every time you step into a classroom or share your story or lead an activity or offer a word of encouragement, you make STEM real and reachable for our students. You turn curiosity into confidence. You help students imagine futures they may not have ever seen for themselves. And that impact is powerful, and it's something worth celebrating. What makes this community so special is how tangible your contributions are. Right now, you're making a difference as STEM storytellers, hands-on facilitators, mentors, and role models. You're showing students what leadership looks like, not by having all the answers, but by stepping forward, asking questions, and by modeling curiosity, creativity, and persistence. And the ripple effect is real. Your leadership strengthens classrooms, supports educators, and inspires families. And it builds a sense of belonging for students, and they carry it with them far beyond our programs. Because when students feel seen and supported, they begin to lead boldly themselves. But today we're celebrating you, your time, your talent, and your heart. It's also an invitation to those of you who are new to imagine how you might step into this work, because there is a place for everyone here, and every contribution, no matter how big or small, moves the mission forward. So thank you for believing in our students, for lifting them up, and for leading by example as we build a future where all girls can thrive in STEM. We're so grateful for you, and we're excited to celebrate together today.
Thank you so much, Cassie. Truly, as she said, we are just so privileged to have this incredible community, this growing community of people who are invested in our mission. So thank you again. And to kick things off, I'm going to actually introduce two team members. Lupe Suarez and Audrey Seymour. We're gonna play some games. And I promise there's no awkward icebreakers. No one's gonna be put on the spot. It's just a little fun to get warmed up before we get to the main event of celebrating our honorees today. So I'm going to give them the stage.
Amazing. Thank you, Anushka. Yes, so Audrey and I would like to invite you all into joining us in a couple activities. They'll be quick but fun. Each one has a slightly different lens. And the first activity is a mini version of how our students connect at the start of a Project Scientist Club session. So it's all about just getting them to be curious, participate, and share a discovery with each other. The second activity will give you a small but very powerful volunteer moment. It may seem very simple, but it has a huge impact on our kiddos. So I will pass to Audrey so that she can get us started with the first activity.
Thanks, Lupe. So this first activity, it's very quick, but we're going to be guessing the STEM innovator. So we'll give you a set of clues, and you can drop your guesses in the chat or come off mute. It's a very low stress game. No worries if you get them wrong. It's just meant to have fun. All right, so the first one, our first clue is that she is an American engineer and a former NASA astronaut. She also served as a mission specialist aboard the Space Shuttle Endeavour in 1992. And she became the first Black woman to travel into space. So, any guesses?
Give just a couple seconds of thinking time.
Mae Jemison.
Awesome. So up for our next STEM innovator. Clue one is during World War I, organized a unit of mobile X-ray teams to help wounded soldiers. clue 2, first person ever to be awarded 2 Nobel Prizes. And clue 3, one of those Nobel Prizes was awarded in 1903 for her contribution to understanding of radiation. I'm seeing some guesses in the chat.
Man, this is a smart group of people.
Amazing. All right, Audrey, I'll pass back to you.
All right, our third innovator created a system that consisted of 4 peepholes, a sliding camera, monitors, and 2-way microphones. Clue 2, they gained recognition and an award from the National Scientists Committee. And clue 3, they invented the first home security system in 1969.
This is the harder one, I think.
Mhm.
Ooh, I'm seeing some answers.
All right.
Marie von Britten-Brown.
Amazing. Thank you all so much for jumping in and joining. Now we're going to shift into that second activity, which is sending a message to our young scientists. This is, again, a moment for you all to share a little bit of encouragement, warmth, and just a little bit of connection with them as well. Our students really do love hearing from you, role models like you, and so these messages really truly means so much to them. Audrey is going to drop a link in the chat for the Canva whiteboard. You can also scan the QR code on your screen, on the screen to access it. But once you're in that whiteboard, you will see post-it notes. So please feel free to claim one of those to type in your message. You're free to also add drawings along with your text. But if you would like just a little bit more of free reign, you can claim any other space on this whiteboard by using the marker. You can draw, or you can use the text box to type in a message as well. And if for some reason technology is not on our side today, that's totally okay as well. You can just drop in a quick message in the chat and we will take it from there. So we do also have a few prompts on the screen here to kind of help you get started, but we will give you all just a few minutes to work on those messages. Thank you. I'll add a little music too.
I am loving all these incredible messages out there. They're so beautiful and empowering.
Amazing. Yes, thank you so much for these beautiful messages. We're so excited to get them to our girls, our students. So thank you so much for sharing those little pieces of affirming messages with them. And I will turn it over to Anushka.
Thank you, Lupe. Before I jump on, I just have to read some of these messages because they're really, really incredible. I love what Carolina said, stay curious and courageous. The questions you ask today are discoveries of tomorrow. The world needs your ideas, creativity, and determination. I mean, that's just so incredible. Explore new ideas. Don't be afraid to fail. Have fun learning, collaborate. This is just so important. And these are the messages that our girls need to hear. Science is magic. You're a magician. That's so beautiful. Keep going, keep asking questions. You're capable of amazing things. So thank you so much for sharing all these encouraging words. You can feel free to keep working on these as we go through the rest of the event. Because we could never have enough messages of encouragement for our girls. So I'm going to now, we're going to move on to the next point of our celebration today. Give me 1 second. There's always some technical issues that happen. And I am so excited to introduce this next guest. Sorry, my apologies. All right, here we go. Things are happening. Okay, I am so excited to introduce our next special guest, who is Elizabeth Castro. She's Senior Manager of Global Technical Training and Knowledge at Alcon. She has been an incredible volunteer for us over the past few years, and she has generously shared her time today to share her experience. And so I'm going to give her the stage to share her experience of volunteering with Project Scientist, especially given that we have some new people who are curious about what it is like to volunteer at Project Scientist.
Great. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. And I'm so happy to be here today with everybody. And I really have loved volunteering with Project Scientist over the past few years. So to give you a bit of a background on myself, I'm a bioengineer. I graduated from UC Berkeley in engineering, and I currently work at Alcon. We're a global leader in eye care. We have over 25,000 associates all around the globe, and we have all types of eye care products ranging from over-the-counter products that you might see at your local drugstore, like artificial tears, contact lens cleaners, things like that, and to surgical instrumentation. And that's where I focus. So my focus is on the surgical devices that reside in operating rooms and diagnostic devices that live in clinics. And specifically, my responsibility is global technical training. So I'm responsible for training all of our field service engineers, our repair depot technicians, and our technical support engineers positioned all around the globe. And I've been here at Alcon for 17 years, and I absolutely love it because there's a lot of meaning to me, behind the work that I do, I can help people improve their health and see brilliantly. And also with helping through training our engineers, I can help them be really good at their jobs. So I really love developing people. And so that brings great meaning to me. I'm also involved with one of our employee resource groups called Women Innovating Now. And I lead our SoCal Women Innovating Now employee resource group with a male colleague. And we have a great community of both female and male associates in that group. And one of the key initiatives that we have is STEM outreach. And that's where Project Scientist really aligns really greatly with our values and missions as an employee resource group. And that's how we became connected a few years ago. And we've participated a few different ways with Project Scientist. So we participated in the STEM Storytellers or STEM Superstar programs. So associates, including myself, has signed up, and we have shared our STEM stories and backgrounds with the students in 30-minute sessions. Some employees have actually facilitated these in Spanish too, which has been really great. And in these sessions, we've done them again, both in person and virtually. And the virtual option I really had fun with actually last year because I could take the students on a mini tour of our facility to see instrumentation like the one behind me here, which is a device for retinal and cataract surgery, a new launch from last year. And we have several different devices similar to this to lasers that weigh well over 1,000 pounds each. So with the virtual option, I've enjoyed that because I've been able to show them around our facility. But we've also done in-person programming, both in the STEM Storyteller programs and also with team days, which has given us an opportunity to go to local schools nearby. And it's really amazing how many programs Project Scientists have that are near our areas that serve our communities in which I live and our associates live here in Southern California. And a few years ago, we did a few team days in a series. So we went to the same program at El Sol Academy about 3 sessions in a row. And we took in small groups of different employees each time, both male and female employees. And we had different interactive sessions each time related to the business that we have, which is an eye care. So we taught them a bit about eye anatomy, surgical devices, and then did an interactive lab on light. So it's really each and every time that I have interacted with Project Scientists, it's really been a great experience, both interacting with the Project Scientist staff and the students. I always leave very fulfilled. And for me, it really is a passion of mine. And also being a minority in this field, I also really want the students to be able to see somebody like me who might look more like, be relatable to them. Because in my education and professional experience, oftentimes I have to look hard to find somebody that I can relate to or who looks like me. So I'm very happy to be that person for the Project Scientist students. And I can't wait to volunteer in 2026. And I know our employees are very excited too. When I was setting up my office here with the machine, they're all poking in and asking what I was doing. And they're like, oh, that's so cool. We can't wait until we can host more programming this year. So I know that my explanation was brief, but if anybody wants to, you can feel free to reach out to me and I can talk to you more in detail about the programming that we've had and support you in formulating your ideas for how you might want to volunteer with Project Scientists. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. That was such a beautiful way of capturing what it is to volunteer with Project Scientists. And we are so appreciative of you and Alcon and all the work that they have put in over the past few years and their commitment. So thank you so much for sharing your
Absolutely.
experience.
It's a great pleasure. Yes.
Thank you. So thanks. I know there's a few people who've jumped on. Thank you for joining. We're celebrating our incredible volunteers, and Elizabeth Castro was wonderful enough to share her experience of volunteering with Project Scientist. If you missed it, I'll be sharing a recording later, so you'll get to hear her experience firsthand. Next, we're going to now go to the main event, which is honoring some special people over the past year. But before we do that, we want to honor and thank everybody, because there have been hundreds of people who have volunteered with Project Scientist over the last year. And we're just so grateful for all the work that you have done and the way that you have supported us. So I want to share a quick video. I apologize. Of course, technology has to act up, right? Give me just a few moments, please. All right, almost there. Okay. So we made a little special something to honor all the wonderful people who have volunteered with us over the past year. So I'm going to.
We had so much fun helping these students bring their ideas to life, not only with being their creativity blossom, but also the impact that we have helping them. They're coming up with ideas for making them come to life, as well as, you know, really appreciating having somebody do that. I was younger in high school and being able to give back.
The young girls literally light up at the farm and to see things come to life.
Thank you. We hope that captures a little bit of the visual impact that volunteers get to have on our students. And now we're going to introduce our 2026 honorees. But to do that, I'm going to bring on two very special people on the stage today. First is Kirsten Rudy. She is our Director of Program Partnerships. She is what we call the OG at Project Scientist. She has played literally every role possible. And she's here today to celebrate our honorees. And she's going to be joined by someone even more special than Kirsten, I think you'll agree. She's going to be joined by Taryn Liu. Taryn has been a student with us for many years. And most recently, she was a Project Scientist Scholar, which is our out-of-school programming for students ages 13 to 17. And as if that was not enough, Taryn decided she now wants to be a volunteer with Project Scientist. So she's our first ever junior volunteer, because she said she wants to give back to an organization that helped cultivate her interest in STEM. And so she is here today, and such a wonderful example of the brilliance and growth that we see in our students. So I'm going to stop talking now, and Kirsten and Taryn, take it away, please.
Thank you, Anushka, and thank you everyone for joining. It's so exciting to see some familiar faces here. We deeply value every one of our volunteers and are so grateful for the time and talent and heart they bring to Project Scientist. This year is especially exciting because for the first time, we're formally recognizing a few volunteers as Project Scientist honorees. These are individuals whose passion, dedication, and impact have gone above and beyond. So today we celebrate them and the incredible difference they've made in inspiring the next generation of girls in STEM.
Hi everyone, my name is Taryn and I'm excited to be with you all today. My journey with Project Scientist started when I was 7 years old at USC Project Scientist, and we went to the JetBlue facility at Long Beach Airport. That fostered my drive to pursue a STEM path, specifically aerospace engineering. Students like me are so thankful to the STEM professionals who volunteer with Project Scientist to share their wisdom and time with us. As we announce the names of today's honorees, please show them your love through comments or reactions. Honorees, you're welcome to share in one word or sentence why you love volunteering with Project Scientist in the chat.
So our first honoree is Nylette Lopez, Material Systems and Applications Engineer from Train Technologies. Nylette has led our summer STEAM camp, also known as Innovation Lab, year after year, most recently in 2024 and 2025, bringing incredible organization, energy, and heart to every experience. She also leads Train's Purple Team and recruits volunteers so enthusiastically that there's often a wait list. We're so grateful for her leadership and dedication. Thank you, Nylette, for all that you do.
Our next honoree is Elizabeth Darden, a social media and content strategy manager at Albemarle. Elizabeth has served as a volunteer multiple times and captures incredible photos highlighting student creativity and volunteer engagement. Last year, she led a hands-on branding workshop to help students market their inventions. It was a huge success and loved by students. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Next, please join us in celebrating Sanette Davis, Principal Scientist at Denali Therapeutics. Sanette has served on our Scientific Advisory Council, has been a monthly donor, and volunteered as a STEM storyteller for several years. Most recently, she gave a virtual tour of the Denali office to our scholars during their neuroscience unit. Sanette has also helped bring other volunteers into the Project Scientist community. Thank you so much, Sanette.
Next, we're honored to celebrate Melissa Honholt from Cotality in Irving. Melissa has supported our summer STEAM camp for several years and consistently goes above and beyond, planning multiple engaging activities. Her ideas last year, like the ERG Employee Research Group Fair, was a huge hit with the students. Thank you, Melissa, for your passion and dedication to our mission and students.
I am thrilled to get to recognize Luis Rasmussen from Train Technologies in Southern California. Luis has been a volunteer with Project Scientist since 2019 and has led summer labs for many years. She consistently brings together Train employees to create fun, creative experiences for students year after year. Thank you, Luis.
We're honored to recognize Valerie Warkins from Denali in Northern California. Valerie served as a STEM storyteller across multiple clubs, engaging students through interactive presentations and activities. She connected her work as a brain scientist in a fun, age-appropriate way and even gave students a virtual tour of her workspace and lab. Thank you, Valerie.
Our next honoree is Katie Tsukala from LPL Financial in Charlotte. Katie served on our Scientific Advisory Council and supported volunteer outreach by connecting us with STEM professionals. She's been a strong advocate for Project Scientists, championing our mission during networking events. Thank you, Katie.
We're excited to honor Ariel Galipo from Confidante in Boston. Ariel participated in our fall 2025 STEM Tank session as a panelist, where she shared her mission to empower women and provided thoughtful, encouraging feedback to scholars presenting their ideas for the first time. Thank you, Ariel.
And our final honoree is Elizabeth Castro from Alcon in Southern California. Elizabeth volunteered many times as a STEM storyteller, both virtually and in person, and made STEM tangible for students by sharing real machines engineered at Alcon, many of which they recognized from everyday life. We also want to thank Elizabeth for joining us today as a speaker and for continuing to inspire our students through her time, expertise, and generosity. And with that, I want to thank you all so much for inspiring our students, your fellow volunteers, and the entire Project Scientist community. We're thrilled to celebrate you today and can't wait to see the continued impact you'll have in the years ahead. I'm going to pass it back to Anushka and the team to talk about some upcoming volunteer opportunities.
Thank you so much, Kirsten and Taryn, for joining us today to celebrate these incredible volunteers. Trent, was so special to have you here today as a student, especially for our volunteers to see that the impact that they're having and hearing it from you. So thank you, thank you. And thank you again, everybody. Thank you to all the honorees. Thank you for joining us. We're so thrilled that we could honor and celebrate you. We're going to shift gears for just a quick second now. And we're going to talk about all the different ways in which you can get involved with us this upcoming year, particularly this spring. We're also going to do a quick little showcase of what the new volunteer platform looks like. So if you can wait around for that, we really appreciate it. And to get started, I'm going to introduce our next speaker, who is, as I like to say, the brains and the magic behind everything that our students learn. Jackie Lane, she's a director of education programs. She's going to share about our work and what the students are learning this spring, and then how you can contribute.
Wonderful. Thank you, Anushka. Hi, everybody. For those of you that are just joining us for maybe the first time, I'm going to go ahead and give a quick overview of our programs and what we do here at Project Scientist. So Project Scientist is a national education nonprofit, and we create joyful, hands-on experiences for our students in STEAM, or science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. Our whole mission is truly to inspire confidence and belonging for our girls in STEM. We do this by partnering both in the summer and throughout the school year with out-of-school programs. That could be local schools, school districts, nonprofit organizations, all of which are serving underestimated communities. Our three kind of core programs that we offer for our students are our Innovation Lab. Those take place in the summer. They are week-long and super fun and engaging for our students, often with heavy involvement from some of our different funders and role models and volunteers. Explorers Club is our out-of-school or after-school programming. We start as young as 4 years old. It is so sweet, and we go all the way through 12 years old with our Explorers Club program. And then, just like Taryn, we have our Scholars program. So our Scholars Circle is for our older students, our 13 through 18-year-olds, and a huge part of it is not just that hands-on, but the mentorship and leadership opportunities as well for our girls. All right, now I get to talk about all of the fun that we are already having. STEAM Club is up and going, our after-school program. This theme in Spring and Explorers Club is Mission to Mars. So we have blasted off on our journey into space exploration. Our students are taking on the roles of engineers, scientists, and astronauts as they tackle real-world challenges inspired by a mission. Our curriculum has been set up to walk them through that first moment of forming their mission crew, all the way to launching rockets, landing on Mars, building rovers, searching for microscopic life, and then designing habitats for life on the red planet. Along the way, they get an opportunity to collaborate, to problem solve like NASA innovators, and to learn from incredible, diverse role models, just like you all, shaping the future of space exploration. Although this is our theme right now, I really do want to iterate that it is so important to understand that no matter what your STEM career is, your STEM background, your STEM story, it does not have to align with our theme. Each one of our programs is thematic, but your influence on these girls by telling your story and exposing them to a beautifully diverse set of careers is really inspiring for them. So don't let the theme hold you back. You do not have to be a NASA astronaut to join in this one. Anyone and everyone is welcome. And I will now hand it over to our Senior Programs Manager to walk you through volunteer opportunities this spring and how to get involved.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jackie. And thank you again to all of you joining us, all our incredible volunteers, as well as those that are newly interested in supporting our mission. We truly cannot, as Jackie mentioned, emphasize enough how valuable role models like you are to our students. So this spring, we have a lot of opportunities across the United States starting February 10th through May 9th. We're excited to offer two main opportunities, so STEM storytellers, and we're also rolling out Team Day opportunity, and Elizabeth shared a little bit of both earlier. But STEM storytellers are volunteers who inspire students by sharing their personal and professional journeys through in-class or virtual 30-minute-ish presentations and interactive activities. And then our Team Days are in-person volunteer experiences that bring groups of employees together to engage students through either Q&A panels or STEAM-themed activities, just creating those meaningful connections and exposing them to just a wide range of different career paths. So how do you get started? Anushka will be sharing a bit of a walkthrough of our platform, but here is just a quick overview of what to expect. You will begin by creating an account on our volunteer platform. Then once you have that account, you'll complete a few credential steps. That's including waivers, a background check, and participating in a short asynchronous training. In some cases, there might also be an interview, though that's waived for our partner companies. Once these credentials are complete, you'll be able to explore our project catalog and sign up for volunteer shifts. You can volunteer either virtually or in person for one shift or multiple shifts if your schedule allows, whatever works best for you. We do provide the templates needed, the resources, clear instructions, and then you will also be receiving reminders and assignment details as your shift approaches. At this time, volunteers must be at least 18 years of age and US residents. And just as Jackie mentioned earlier, your professional background does not need to match the curriculum theme. So for STEM storyteller roles, STEM industry experience is preferred, but your unique experience and your unique perspective is what truly makes these experiences for our kiddos so impactful. So with that, I will hand it over to Anushka, who will give you a quick preview of the volunteer platform.
Thank you, Lupe. And we hope this kind of inspires you to jump on, register yourselves and start signing up for shifts. But I wanted to, for those of you who are new to kind of, or new to the platform, to get a sense of what it looks like. So I'm going to just quickly share my screen. This is our new volunteer portal. Everybody needs to register on here. The registration process is really simple. It shouldn't take you more than 10 or 15 minutes. You hit register now, you enter your initial details. It'll send you a link to complete the registration. We promise it's not a whole long, endless survey of questions. It's really for us to be able to get some basic information about you and what brings you to Project Scientist. Once you complete your initial application form, you'll be able to access your volunteer profile. So you'll be able to see as you go on to volunteer all of your shifts, what your upcoming assignments are. On the right-hand side here, you'll be able to see all of the credential requirements that we just talked about. If anything is incomplete, you'll be able to kind of just quickly follow the steps to complete your requirements. And then now comes the fun part, which is signing up for shifts. And we have so many different opportunities this spring, as Lupe talked about. A lot of them are blasting off to Mars already, and they're all over the country. And you'll be able to see all the different schools that are offering our programs. The easiest way I would suggest is to look at the calendar view and to take a look at what dates and shifts are available. One thing to note is because we have programming across different time zones, you will want to make a note of the particular time zone that is listed on there, because the time is listed in their particular time zone. Once you are interested in a particular time and slot, you'll be able to read more information about what's happening at that site, where it's located, what grade levels you'll be meeting on there, and then access all of the resources and templates that our team just talked about, including the training modules as well as presentation templates. And then it's as simple as just hitting sign up, and we'll be sending you reminders from there on. Our volunteer team is here to support you, which includes myself, Lupe, and Andre, and we're here to ensure that you're set up for success and ensure that you have the best time, because you got to meet one of our students today, but there are we have a lot of wonderful Terrans out there who are waiting to hear from you and waiting to learn from your experience. So thank you so much for being here. I would love to open it up for questions if there are any at this time. Thank you, thank you. I know there's a few people who've jumped off, and we'll be sharing the recording after. Wonderful. And just so you all know, we will be hosting some open office hours in the coming weeks and months as well. So if you need more hands-on support navigating our platform, you'll be able to get that support from us. All right. Well, I'm not hearing any questions. So in that case, I know it's a Friday. I'm going to give you back your time 10 minutes in advance. I hope you have the most wonderful weekend ahead, and we can't wait to see you in our classrooms. And thank you again so much. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Have a good Friday.